Gonzalez Brothers Entertainment here, and you're watching another Time Warp Tuesday movie review. Welcome. This past Tuesday, Comic-Con and Christopher Nolan Dunkirk were happening this weekend, so we thought we'd go back and combine both subjects and bring you a review of
Christopher Nolan's
Batman Begins. This movie's been out for 12 years, and if you have watched one of these videos before, you know that we give you all the spoilers, so yes. Fair warning. Alright, so where do you want to get started with this one?
Let's start with positive, because there is just so many.
So many positives.
So many.
Alright.
It's like positives begins.
Positive begins, that's right. So where do you want to, what's your takeoff point for this?
I love how this movie is, they take the whole movie as its origin. A common problem with comic book movies today is naming just one. Sam Raimi's Spider-Man and others just focus on the origin story, 35, 45 minutes tops. And that's not a big part of the movie. And then they move on. They're the superhero, the best they can be. And that just bothers me with everyday comic book movies. And I love this movie so much because they
take their time
they take their time
with this whole movie. It jumps off when he's a child, and we really get a sense for what his values are, and he learns some of this from the League of Shadows, whose ideals is to be more than a man, be more of a symbol, an ideal. But the only thing is, he takes those ideas and he incorporates true justice, not vengeance, which is what they were looking for.
Mm-hmm. And one of my positives is my favorite action scene in the movie, which is the leader up to this guy's favorite action scene in the movie, and that is the scene of when he's at Arkham, and where he busted the Scarecrow and everybody else, and he figured out where they're putting the scream gas in the city's water supply. And what makes me like the scene so much is he does something, because when the SWAT team storms in, they set up these lights everywhere so they could see him easily because his suit is all black. And Batman uses this like micro emitter
sound
chip,
emitter, something?
On his boot. And then I'm like, what does that do? The first time I saw this movie, and then all of a sudden, like, you see bats coming out of caves. I'm like, oh my god, that's so cool. And then bats come and they're like blinding the FBI, and then they get out of the building. That scene's just so cool.
That's so cool because we never seen Batman use actual bats ever before, and that how that was incorporated into that scene was pretty awesome. Like Adrian said, I like that this movie builds up the action, and it's the next scene I'm going to talk about where they really ramp it up, and it's probably one of my favorite scenes of the whole series, and that's the first tumbler chase. That scene is still so awesome, the way he's maneuvering. He's got all these cops on his tail, and the rooftops, and the waterfall. The way everything works together is just wonderful. I really enjoy it. And the fact that it ramps up a little bit more with the intensity is that Rachel is about to lose her mind, and he's trying to get her to the Batcave to get the antidote. And that's what I like.
And let's go into negatives.
You want to go first? Or you want me to go?
I'll go first.
All right.
I really only have one negative, and it's not that big. It takes a couple percentage down of the movie, but it's fine overall. You could get past it. I don't really buy Bruce's and Rachel's quote-unquote love, because, okay, so Rachel's like a judge, jury, something like that, and
district attorney.
Sure. And she's when Bruce tells her he was gonna kill the person that killed his parents, she's like, slapped him like a billion times, and then he left like 7 years, came back for like 1 year, and then left for another 10. And what? And then when he comes back, she's like, oh, smoochy. I just don't like it.
They didn't really make it believable. It just didn't vibe to me together, because we've only seen them together 2 times before this whole thing happened. I believe that they had a friendship since they were kids, but this like type of romantic relationship doesn't really understand for me. And just before I go into my negatives, I also want to mention that I like that his journey starts from him wanting vengeance and feeling the guilt for the death of his parents, how that evolves into him trying to find justice for not only himself but everyone else who doesn't have the ability to fight for themselves. And I like how they carry out from the beginning to the end and how that shifts in the film. For my negative, I have to agree with Adrian, so I won't even rehash on that. My other little negative is, it's just a minor thing. It's super nitpicky, but it's that when Gordon first sees the tumbler, he's like, "Oh, I gotta get me one of those," and that's super corny because that's a big line from the '90s. I think they use it in Independence Day as well.
Yes.
So it's just a minor thing, but I'm just trying. I'm pretty much nitpicking here.
Yeah.
And my other positive is Liam Neeson. He isn't in the movie a whole lot, but I really do like what he brings to the table as a villain because he truly believes what he is doing is the right thing, and that's what makes a good villain, I think.
Yes.
So I don't got any other negatives. Do you?
No.
So why don't we go ahead and just give this one a rating?
I like this movie very much, and that's why I'm gonna give it such a high rating. I'm gonna give this movie a 96.
Before watching this movie today, I felt that The Dark Knight was far and away the better movie, but after watching this, it's much closer than I thought, and it's a really good movie. And if you haven't seen it in a while, go back and check it out. I recommend it, and I'm gonna have to give this movie a 97.
Whoa.
So there you go. We both give it high ratings. We really like this movie. And we want to know, do you guys like this movie? Is this your favorite movie of all the Batmans? Is it The Dark Knight? Is it something else? The 60s? Bat nipples, maybe? You never know. Maybe Batman and Robin. People like that movie, I think. Anyway, let us know down in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Tell everyone you know, including the guy at the movie taking thing. This is us saying goodbye now. GB, bye-bye. Joining me today, unfortunately, he was unable to attend the movie.
I was putting the gummy bears in my jacket.